Ammar, how are you, my friend?
Good, great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. So, for anybody that doesn't know, just want to introduce you to my good friend Ammar Iqbal. He has been with us at EXP for about 60 days now. And Ammar, what everybody wants to know is what's changed? What opportunities have you had that you didn't anticipate? What's been some of the key drivers to such incredible growth? Has it been masterminds, new relationships, plugging into everything? Everybody wants to know what's been part of your growth. So, I don't know. Just talk to us a little bit about that.
So yes, first of all, I'm glad, I'm grateful that I have joined this organization about 2 months ago. And as Warren Buffett always say, that surround yourself with good people and great things will happen, right? That's exactly happened in my case. I jumped in 2 months ago, and I just found myself that I was surrounded by so many high volume producers who are doing 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, 40 times more volume than me. And they have opened up their playbooks to me, not just every month, but every week, every day, getting on calls with me one on one every time that I needed them. And that has been played a very big role in my growth.
Yeah, I mean, so just to give you a little bit of background, you've only been licensed. I think you got licensed what in the middle of 2020, right in the smack of COVID, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So your first, how many houses did you sell in your first 12 months?
15.
Okay. So that was what, July of 2020. You did 15 units in your first 12 months. In your second 12 months, how many did you do?
17.
All right. So hey, went up a couple of units. That's great. You know what I mean? Obviously going in the right direction. And now, if we're looking at your numbers, if I got this right, looks like you have in just the short 60 days that you've been with us over at EXP, it looks like you have 2 active listings, 1 closing, and 6 pending transactions. Is that right?
That is correct.
Wow, that's incredible. That puts you on pace to do 54 transactions in your next 12 months. I mean, just talk to us a little bit more about some of the things that you just emphasized on, which were some of the big factors to that, like quick, instant, immediate success that you've been having.
So basically, as I said, when I surrounded myself with some of the top producers, and they have been sharing the things that that has worked for them for the past how many years, right? So what I have done is that I started getting on those calls, picking up little by little. Every single time I get on a call, I'm not trying to take 100% in one call, but I'm just like, if I pick up their brains for 5%, 10% that I can implement every single week in my business, I'm going to see some growth in my business. And one of the few things that I have changed, which I'm going to completely open up by my approach on circle prospecting. All right. I used to have circle prospecting. I call, hang up, nothing happens. And now I have noticed that when I do circle prospecting, it works out because my conversation, the length of my conversations with the prospects have increased. And then I have been scheduling appointments with them every single week.
Yeah. So talk a little bit more about like the mastermind calls. Obviously, I'm on the calls as well. I mean, there's such a ton of just great information by, so many great people on the call. I mean, we go on these calls and there's 400 or 500 people, sometimes more on these calls. And obviously a lot of it can be information overload, right? And, but you've been taking it and you've been implementing it. And obviously, you're looking to triple your business. That's the trajectory that you're on right now. And just like I said, the short 60 days that you've been with us at EXP. So obviously you've been grabbing what you get, can and implement. And I usually like to refer to that as like, going to like a buffet. You go to a buffet, there's tons of food spread out there and like everything looks good. Obviously you can't eat it all, but you take what you want, you leave the rest, right? And so it's amazing to see that that's what you've been doing. Tell me, like, what do you personally like most about working with this organization?
Well, so I originally, when I was moving over, I was more focused on the technology and the split. And I'll be very honest with you on that. But when I jumped in, I realized that I have been missing on a big piece of the puzzle, which was the collaboration. And I thought, like, you don't know what you don't know, right? I thought that, this thing doesn't exist in this industry. Like, nobody really shares anything with anyone because, they might think of you as their competition or whatever,
Sure.
right? But I was wrong. I was completely wrong. I have realized in the past 2 months that there are people who are willing to help you, and they're available for you. So on mastermind calls multiple times a week, I have been picking up their brains. I have been picking up ideas from it. I've been picking up the things that I have been working on, but there were like small pieces, here and there that I was missing, and I've been finding it on these calls. And then on top of that, whenever I have I have a question, or if I'm implementing something, I've been reaching out to these people to, like, hey, I've been trying to do this, what do you think about that? And trust me, they get back to me on a text message, much faster than my wife gets back to me.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, that's just the beauty in the way that the organization is built, right? You have people that are not only want to see you grow and succeed, but they have a financial interest in your growth, right? So they're there for you constantly, nights, weekends, when you need it. You're a business partner with these people in the organization, so it's a very different culture, to say the least. And I've been fortunate to be here now for coming on a little over 5 months, and super excited to see your success in such a short amount of time. So with your growth, I mean, it's definitely, whether you think it or not, you're on the path where probably in the next few months or so, you're probably going to need some help, right? You're probably going to need some help, some assistance. I mean, what do you see in the near future for maybe some potential opportunities for you to grow your own organization?
So I'm thinking of which I've been kind of like advised a few times already, and I have started thinking about it and starting implementing it. Is a transaction coordinator is one of the role that I might need sooner than later. I think the benefit of it is a lot. It will give me a lot of free time on my hand, and as I noticed and I have seen in the past 2 months that how much effective it is when I put more time and hours into prospecting, I get better results. So it will pay for itself.
Yeah. So for agents watching this right now, and they're hearing how you're going from 17 last year to you're on pace to do 54 units this year, and for those watching that are like, wow, I can't have those types of results, what would you say to those people?
So first and foremost, I would humbly ask them to please reach out to me, and it's not about that that I'm gonna ask you to join us or whatever, right? Simple as that. We have a lot of information that we can give it out to you for completely for free. You don't have to no agreement or anything like that, right? We have mastermind calls every Monday. The ideas that I have been picking up from these calls are great, and the mindset of these people, their openness and their contribution, it's a lot, and it has been one of the major factors driving my business.
Right. Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible to be partnered with people with such a mindset of abundance, and that really just want to see everybody around them succeed, and they teach us that. Really, you had mentioned before, people not wanting to share because of competition. And one of the things that, they've helped us really learn, at least for me, and I'm sure the same for you, is that, the only person that I'm in competition with is myself every day, to be a little bit better every single day. And to share that knowledge that we learn with everybody else in our market, just to make agents around us better. Definitely learn that the more you help people succeed, you just kind of, by default start to become more successful on your own. So putting that good energy out there and helping people, hit their goals.
Yep. And one of the things I would definitely want to add, also on the marketing piece as well, that when I have started, taking these calls, and when I have started collaborating with these masterminds, it has reduced my marketing cost as well. Because just think about it. I'm not trying new things. I'm actually trying what has worked for them, right? So they have tested it, they have seen the results from it, and they're open about it. They're just sharing it with me. So what's going to happen? I mean, if you have another person right in front of you, like, I have tried this, and that. Number one, number two didn't work. Number three worked, and these are the results, right? You just pick it up and, like, not trying to reinvent the wheel, but, like, just following that same path, you're going to have the same results.
Yeah, we call that R&D, rip off and duplicate. And honestly, that's been one of the biggest blessings in my business is just people with, like I said, hey, somebody that's doing 2, 3, 4, 5 times more business than I'm doing, and they're saying, hey, this is what we're doing, what we're doing. These are the mistakes that we've made, so you don't duplicate those mistakes. Hey, take what we've done and make it your own, and literally just copy and paste. And that's like been one of, like, it's such a simple thing, but the people that we're surrounded by are just like, hey, here's this, just do this. Don't try to, like, think it out and figure it out. You're just going to hurt yourself, hurt your brain, hurt your, your pockets. Here's a proven method, just implement that. And it's been so great. So Ammar, you've had such success in the 60 days that you've been here with EXP. Let's look into the future. Let's see, what are your big goals, commitments, and milestones that you're looking to achieve in the next 60 to 90 days?
So in the next 60 to 90 days, I'm trying to double the number of appointments that I'm currently having right now, and I have done it from from 2 months before to within the past 2 months. So it's possible that I just did it. So it is possible that I can kind of duplicate that within the next 2 months as well. And as Joe always say, it's all about those conversations. It's all about those meetings that you set up with the people, which has increased significantly for me, and that's going to drive better results.
Yeah. So now, when you've been obviously tripling your business in 60 days, you've obviously been having more conversations with people, setting more appointments. Have you found that the content of the conversations that you've had and the quality of the conversations has gotten better as a result from, plugging in and hearing from the people within our own groups and mastermind organizations have been sharing?
Yes, I have. I would say Joe was a big help in that. He made me change my approach. I just a couple of weeks ago I reached out to him through a text message. It was supposed to be a 5-minute call, ended up in almost 1 hour coaching, right? And I was writing down all the notes.
How much did you have to pay for that?
Zero.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, keep going about that. So yeah, Joe's awesome. Joe's amazing. Joe's just a wealth of knowledge, and he's always so willing to share everything. And he's quickly become a very good friend. So let's talk to the people that are watching and that will be watching. The people that you're friends with on social media and your social network, and what can they do to help you? With you and your growth of your business.
So they all to family and friends and all the people that I have worked with in the past in my previous jobs. If you are thinking of buying or selling, if anybody who's thinking of buying and selling, you can count on me. You can reach out to me. You have my number. I'm going to say it loud again: 845-837-9577. You can definitely refer your friends to me, and I'll take care of them.
Okay. Is there anything else that people on social media can do for you? I mean, one of the ways, to just keep you in mind, top of mind for your business and support you in any way. What else can they do?
Yes. For all my clients and all my friends, after we close a transaction, I want you to put your genuine feedback on the Google. It does help us a lot. I have so far 35 5-stars Google reviews, and every time when we speak to a person who's been talking to us for the first time, they definitely go on Google and they check the feedback from other people and see their experience, and that's how they like to work with us, because they see all the positive side.
Yeah. So would it be safe to sum up and say that over the first 60 days, EXP has exceeded your expectations?
I have this year I had a goal of only selling 25 units. So
okay. So we're halfway there already.
Yeah. So you know, and I want it to be realistic, right? You don't, if you can close 17 deals in the past year, you don't want to, put yourself for like, like 50, because you might think that, it's unrealistic.
Sure.
But the amount of support that I got and the amount of knowledge that I got, now that I have been thinking, there is another thing called revising your goal. So you go back to your goal and you see that you're already succeeding, you're already going to meet your goal by maybe mid-year. So why don't you just like create another stretch goal for yourself? So I'm going to be doing that soon.
Yeah. Also, another thing I have to say for me is once I start surrounding myself with people that think bigger, right? When we're setting goals, and I like to call them commitments instead of goals, because to me, it's a goal is something that you hope to hit, and a commitment is something that you're committed to hit, right? So when we're looking at setting our commitments for the year, um, just being around the people that I've met through EXP and the network and the organization, which is fantastic. Their mindset just helped. Like I've shifted my mindset to think so much bigger, where you start to realize like the goals and the commitments that you're setting, you're not setting them high enough because you don't even believe that they're achievable, because you've never really met people that are doing the type of numbers that you're seeing. And now that I'm seeing that it's possible, I'm like completely scratching and revising all the commitments that I've made and the numbers that we're expecting to hit over the next 12 to 24 to 36 months. I mean, you can't even have conversations with people about them because they don't believe that it's even possible. So, I mean, the mindset is just incredible. So, hey, Ammar, to round this out, if this sounds interesting to somebody, they've been on the fence about our group, or they've been on the fence about EXP and what it can do for their business, what would you say to them, and how can they get a hold of you?
So first of all, I mean, I want to see everyone to like grow their business. I want them to succeed, and if I can be a help, like all my upline and all the people that I have been learning from, if I can be that person for somebody else, absolutely, I'm 100% in. I can get you in on those mastermind calls every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. No cost to you. You're not paying for it. It's completely free to you, and you might find things that you can implement in your business, and made you maybe 5, 10, 20 more deals that you were doing, more than what you were doing last year. So why not just like just reach out to me, or reach out to Jason to get on these calls and get that free knowledge.
All right. How can they get a hold of you if they did want to set up a time to kind of pick your brain and talk a little bit more privately? How can they get a hold of you? We'll do that shameless plug on your phone number one more time. Drop your email.
Yes, so you can reach out 845-837-9577. Call me, text me, FaceTime me, Zoom me, whatever technology that's available out there. Just reach out to me, and it's 100% confidential. You don't have to worry about it. It's private.
Ammar, it's a pleasure and an honor to be in business with you, my friend. Looking forward to much success growing together. And it's been great talking to you this morning.
Thank you so much for having me,
All right.
Jason.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you.